Just a quick graphic warning for those of you that don't want to watch this. We are about to try out the hopper popper that we built in our last video. So for those of you that don't want to watch that, now's your chance to skip ahead and see what we got to say for the rest of our video. But we are about to try it. It will be graphic. We're going to do that now. So skip ahead if you don't want to see that. Those of you that don't know what a hopper popper is, I'm very excited for it because we did use the broomstick method, which I feel like this is pretty much the exact same thing, except easier on the user. So no longer having to hold the rabbit down. I use like a rake, you know, just whatever I had laying around, one of my hand tools, rake or a shovel, and you lay it across the back of their head and you hold a foot on each side of it and then pull up from the hind legs. So this is pretty much the same thing. It's going to be wrapped around the back of the head and you pull down. But I don't have to bend over anymore. I don't have to be hunched all the way over trying to hold the rake, trying to hold the rabbit still. As long as this works, it should be very nice to have. But we are going to get down here and go ahead and kind of have a hold of the back legs. Just going to hold the rabbit. This is my first time using this, so the rabbit does not like that. You slide in, you want the chin above, just like so, and pull. And that was instant. It's very nice. It was very, very nice. So we're going to run through a few of these. In a normal situation, I would then use my gambrel. We'll go ahead and put one in here just to see how it does. But today is a little bit different. The gambrel is super nice. I do like its height. I think that'll make processing these very easy. We're going to do one more with a little bit of a different angle. For those of you that are really interested in how this works, you can actually see what I'm doing. So I'm going to try this a little bit different than the first one I did on how I go in. And I know the rabbit isn't going to like it for it first, but I think it'll just make the whole process faster. So I got the ears, chin above, pull. And that's instant. Lily has been waiting very patiently after hearing everything that we've talked about. This will be her first rabbit given to her this way. She's had it before. She never got it with the fur on like this, but she has gotten it raw, and she loves it. Every rabbit that we have pretty much sent on to retirement, like breeder-wise. I don't know if you've seen her licking it. They're not. We've sent on to retirement. You know, we don't have like a call by or anything like that. Obviously, you know, we're super small, but so we just kind of let them out of the hutch and let them roam for the end of their days. And Lily has tracked down every single one of them and ate them. So we are going to give her first one. Lily, sit. Good girl. Here. For you. Go ahead. Good girl. Have it. Good girl. She's very good about not eating something that she doesn't know if she's supposed to or not. So I tossed it over there for her right after the video, and she didn't really want to mess with it at all. But I got out my butchering knife and cut her off a little piece. And since then, she's been very content with what she has. So let's talk about our rabbitry. I finally reached out and got a hold of another rabbitry that's local. They have a very nice quality of rabbits that they offer to sell. And we spent a lot of time on the phone really talking about our goals on our homestead and what we want to do with our rabbits. And we came up with a pretty good plan that we have set in place to help us reach those goals. And I'm pretty happy with what we talked about. So as of right now, we're shooting for a trio of Californians by February. And if I can get that trio by February that is of age of breeding, then I can go ahead and make my first set of kits available for the 4-H fair that's around here. That'll be the first fair of the year. And it'll really help us just kind of start to access that market, just to help, additional income coming in, to help with feed and everything else. Another thing that we talked about was by him knowing the quality of rabbits that we have to offer from getting them from their rabbitry. They do a lot of runs that go, down south and whatnot, and they take, anywhere from 50 to 100 rabbits at a time. And he has a group of people that he reaches out to when he needs to help get those numbers up to be able to have enough to take with him. And if we have his rabbits, then, he can put his name on them. And if he reaches out and says, hey, can you try to breed this date? And we are able to make that happen, then, he'll purchase those from us to add to his load to take down. So a few different options, super cool, to be able to talk. And he's very happy to kind of step in as like that mentor and help me, even if it's not on his side of things, just be there to talk about, hey, you need to breed this week for the 4-H fair here, or, you need to breed this week for the 4-H fair down in this county. And just really kind of help, keep on track of things like that for me being somebody that's never done that before. So that's going to be super cool to have around. It's going to open up a lot of windows for different markets on things. And it's also going to be really nice to have a better quality rabbit for our meat rabbit customers that we already have. So, and for us. Now to talk about the changes that we need to make to our rabbitry. So our hutches that we built that we've been using all year, they've been doing really good, and we're really happy to have them. But there's a strip of wood all the way around the edge that holds that wire. I thought we were going to be okay, and it was going to stay clean, but that is literally all it takes to start getting some buildup on the wire and develop dirty feet. Kind of stepping into that kind of goes right along with what we just talked about on getting into those different markets for the 4-H or for him to take down as part of his load. They really need to be super clean, high quality rabbits to access that. The kids are buying a rabbit for the show. They don't need stained feet, dirty feet. Everything needs to be really clean to be able to get a nice price for those rabbits and hit those markets. So that's going to bring us to the hutches we have now. That we're going to slowly start to phase those out. I'll still use them for quite a while, but we are in the old chicken coop. That is what this originally was for. It was built so large because I had planned for the chickens to be in here and the rabbitry to be down that wall and be able to just have all the manure mixed together by the chickens to start that composting process and then take out to compost. We're kind of coming full circle around on that because the chicken coop's no longer in here, but the rabbitry will be. So we are going to start to clean this up. Before I get into that, I do need to fix this roof. Back when I built this, it was kind of, the early homestead days. It was build what I could with what I had. Everything I was trying to get was free or cheap as possible. The roof is definitely not structurally sound. It's just 2x4s kind of running all the way down the post, with 2x4s running this way, spaced out, just to have something to screw the metal into. I couldn't even get up on the roof to put the roof on. I slid the metal on and screwed it down from a ladder. So the metal will come off, all of the wood come down. I might pull these inner posts, I might not. Kind of just depends, because with having these posts here, I could use this as a poles to have in to be able to hang cages from. So might not do that, but we are going to put in some new 2x running across with some joist hangers and make this roof structurally sound like it should be. And getting the roof done, that's going to be the first kind of step of things, because I don't want to do anything down here until up top is repaired and the changes that need made have been done. But as soon as that's done, then we will start working on putting in some form of beams or poles to hang cages from, and get started on making all wire cages that have no strip of wood. No manure will be caught in that where they're stepping on it. It'll help keep everything much cleaner, and then we can start bringing in those rabbits. So hopefully, I'm hoping to have a few hanging cages done before February, once we get the trio established, and I can bring them straight into here and have this ready for them. As far as our old hutches go, we will still be using them. We're not just going to be done with them right now. Obviously, we still have our rabbits, and we're still going to continue to grow our rabbits in those hutches where they're at as we transform into this. And that also brings me to the rabbits that we have now. I don't really plan on getting rid of them. They're fine rabbits. They're just, just a meat mutt. They just don't have, really high quality genes that we can stick a nice price tag on, and just get, like the best that we have to offer. But they are still very good, and Lily obviously loves them. She is over there going to town right now, just as happy as can be. So we are going to use our rabbits that we have now. They are slowly going to fade into nothing but dog food. I am planning on getting some tractors built still. Obviously not for the Californians, because we want to keep them clean. But the rabbits we have now, if I can get the hutches built, or the tractors built, then we can keep the hutches as of now for our breeders. And as soon as we have the kits ready to be weaned, we can throw them in the tractors and pretty much get them nothing but foraged feed. So that'll really cut back on the feed bill on them. And they might take a little longer to grow up, to a nice weight, but Lily won't mind. And it'll all be at a very minimal cost of keeping the does and the bucks and feeding them up until they're weaned. And then we'll have that for dog food. So I'm very excited to see where this goes and what it turns out to be. I think it'll all be really nice in the end. So as of right now, that is the end of our video. That is the update I have for you guys. As of right now, no matter which way I look at it, it's going to be a win for us, because the roof on this building needed revamped no matter what. I'm surprised it hasn't come down on my tractor yet. And it's kind of something I wanted to do before the new barn goes in, because everything's just much more open right now. It'll be a lot easier to make the changes to that roof. So no matter what that's happening, and as far as the rabbits go, we're just kind of along for the ride. It will be nice to have a really nice quality rabbit for us, for our customers, and it will be really cool to see how the relations kind of grow in the future. But Lily is very happy back there, and I think she approves of our dog food switch. Yeah, we're just going to keep putting that to work. And thanks for hanging out with me during the video. We'll see you guys in the next one.